Good morning. Forgive me for my voice, I'm still a little sick today. Make sure we are working on practice 10-8 from yesterday. We are solving multi-step problems. Make sure you have your name up there. Alright, first of all, we're going to look at number 1. Mario and his family went to the county fair. They bought 2 adult passes and 3 children's passes. What was the total cost for the family? So keep in mind that we are looking for the total cost for the family. Right, let's underline that. Okay, so they've already given you a table, and I've basically copied this table right here. So adults, $5, students, $3, children, $2, but I've added an extra column that says number. We're going to have the number of tickets that the family bought is going to be one of our columns. So the family bought 2 adult passes and 3 children's passes. So let's go add those numbers. 2 adult passes and 3 children's passes. Make sure it's under children and not student. And then since they don't mention any student passes, we're going to put a big 0 there. So we need to figure out how much the total cost was for the family. So what we're going to do, remember how we did this yesterday? We're going to multiply across. So you're going to do 5 times 2 is 10. 3 times 2 is 0. And 2 times 3, I'm sorry, that was 3 times 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 2 times 3 is 6. And then what are you going to do with this? You're going to try to find the total, right? So total, you're going to add. 10 plus 0 is still 0, is still 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. 16 what? Remember, you're going to have to put that $ there. Really, you should have $signs here, and here, and here. So you're going to end up with $16. And then you have to ask ourselves, is this really our answer? Is $16 what we're looking for? What was the total cost? They don't ask us anything else. So we are going to say the total cost for the family was $16, which I now have written here. And let's go back up to the directions. It says, write and answer the hidden question or questions. So what is the hidden question? It's the answers that it's the questions you had to answer to get to the final answer. So these right here are answers to the hidden questions. So how much did they spend on the adult tickets? How much did they spend on the children's tickets? So you can say in your answer, you can add right here that the adult tickets cost them $10, the children's tickets cost them $6, and together that makes 16. So the total cost for the family was $16. And I'm going to add that in the second problem that we do. Okay, number 2. Number 2 says, a bus has 12 rows with 1 seat in each row on one side, and 12 rows with 2 seats in each row on the other side. How many seats does the bus have altogether? So you see on this side, I have made actually 2 tables. You don't have to do it this way. Remember, I told you yesterday that you can set up tables however you want to. Just make sure you set them up. So I set it up with 2 tables. One for the first side, where it has 12 rows. Let's go back. A bus has 12 rows with 1 seat in each row on one side. So I'm going to call that side 1, 12 rows and 1 seat in each row. Then we're going to look at the second side and 12 rows with 2 seats in each row on the other side. So I'm going to, again, have 12 rows with 2 seats. So we're looking at a bus that's kind of like, here's the bus, and then here, kind of like that, remember? Like 2 seats on here and 1 seat over there. So I know normal school buses probably have 2 people per seat, so basically 2 seats on each side, but we're looking at a bus that has just 1 seat over here and 2 seats over here. So side 1 has 1 seat, and what you're going to do, what I said before, you're going to multiply across on each one. So let's look at the first side. 12 times 1 is 12 seats altogether on side 1. And then this one is 12 times 2, which is 24 seats altogether on side 2. But what is it asking us? How many seats does the bus have all together on both sides? So what are we going to do here? We're going to add. 12 plus 24 is 36 seats. Remember your unit. And now that's answering our question. But we don't just write 36 seats, remember? So we say side, remember we have to answer those hidden questions too. So side 1 has 12 seats, and side 2 has 24 seats, period. All together, the bus has, go back to that, 36 seats. Okay, now for question number 3, which is the last one. This is different because we get to write our own problem. We don't have to solve one. Well, we do have to solve it, but we have to solve our own problem. So it's going to be a little bit nicer because we don't have to listen to what somebody's trying to tell us. Alright, so it says, write a problem about going to the laundromat that has a hidden question. So it means that it has more than one step to it. A single load of laundry costs $2 and a double load costs $4. Solve your problem. So we're going to look at the first part for now. We're going to write our own problem first. And you see that I still have to write a table. I still have to make a table. Even though I don't actually have a problem yet, I have to make a table so that I can figure out what kind of question I can write. So I figured kinds of loads and the cost of the load. So we have a single load and a double load. And the cost of the single load is $2. The cost of the double load is $4. So what kind of question can I write? Well, I'm going to say that, Miss Sites is going to be my person. I'm going to be myself here. Some of you might have chosen your friends or yourself too. So Miss Sites goes to the laundromat. I'm going to write over here a little bit because my pen's big. Okay, now here you're going to have to say something about the different kinds of loads. You're going to want your character to have some number of single loads and some number of double loads. So I'm going to say that I had to do one single load. So I did, oops, it's not me though, is it? Miss Sites did one single load and let's say 2 double loads. Remember, you can have whatever numbers you want to there, but your problem is probably going to look something like mine, or it should look something like mine. Now, that's how many I did. Now I actually have to have a question. So what do I want to say? Do I want to say I had $5? Do I have enough to do it? I could do that. So let's make it easy. How much did I spend? How much did Miss Sight spend at the laundromat? And I'll show you how to make your question more complicated. Maybe you might have done one of those after we finish this one. Make sure to make a question mark. So now I have to add one more column to my table. And that column is going to include the number of loads. Right. Remember this, you might be confused by this. This little thing, it's a pound sign. It also means, it's a pound sign on a phone. You might see that on your parents' cell phones or your home phones. It also means number. It's a short way to write numbers, so you don't have to write that all out. Alright, so how many, according to my problem that I wrote myself, how many single loads did I do? I did 1. So I'm going to write 1 there. And I did 2 double loads. Alright, 2 there. And remember how we do this? We multiply across. And you're going to get, I spent how much on a single load? $3. And I spent $8 on a double load. So then, because I'm asking how much total did I spend? How much did I spend? Out of both my single loads and my double loads, how much did I spend? You're going to add those two. So 8 plus 3 is $11. So our answer is going to be something like Miss Seitz spent not 18. Get my numbers all mixed up. Spent $11 at the laundromat. Okay, so another way you could make this more complicated is you could say that I had a certain amount of money. Say that I had $15 at the beginning. You could say how many did I have left. In that case, you would take 15 minus 11, and you would say 4, and 4 would be your answer. So Miss Seitz had $4 left over from her $15 that she had at the beginning. Or you could say Miss Seitz had $10. Did she have enough money to do the 2 double loads and the 1 single load? And you would say, no, because, make sure you explain yourself, because her single loads would have costed $3 and her double loads would have costed $8, and that equals 11, which is $1 more than $10. She would need $1 more to pay for that. Alright, so hopefully you guys understood that. And we are doing review today for all of Chapter 10, so division and some of these multi-step story problems. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.